Hey guys, Graham here, and what I'm going to be doing today is a shading tutorial. Now this is the most requested thing I've had since I started this channel. So many people have asked for this, it's actually been ridiculous. Just people asking really sort of where to put shading on designs. So you may remember this sheet from my last video, just where I showed you how to draw these roses. I'll link it at the bottom now if you haven't seen that and you want to watch it first. Just kind of, it's just how you draw these sort of roses. But the shading, it really sort of depends. That's the reason I've kind of put this video off for so long. Is it's completely up to you where you put the shading. You can pretty much put it wherever you want, but I'm just going to show you the kind of general way of how I decide where to put shading in my designs. So I'm going to start off with this rose and show you how I do it. Okay, so the first thing I would do is I'd think, where is some of the shading definitely going to go? I'm sure that I'm going to have it sort of coming out of here. So there'd be a dark area here. So I kind of, try and think about where the darkest areas are going to be, and where I'm definitely going to want some shading. So obviously, like in here, I'm going to want a bit sort of coming out of here. No, this isn't neat. I'm just kind of showing you real quick. So yeah, I'd definitely want a bit of shading coming out of that bottom petal. It just and it's not really for any particular reason. It's just because I think it would look good coming out of here. So I'd want to shade out all of these leaves like this. But just remember as well, you want to leave a gap. So this bit of shading would start darker here and it would come up here, but it wouldn't actually reach this top edge because this bit of shading starts there. And I wouldn't want the black to be coming completely up here because then there'd be no separation between this petal and this petal. And the same with on the bottom, I wouldn't shade completely up to the edge. And then on this side, I'm going off the video a bit there, I would start here, like I say, there's a bit of separation here, and shade out again like this. And same with here, keeping the separation. And you always do the bits that you're 100% sure you're going to shade first, because then you can kind of judge the other bits of shading from that. So this one can come right the way across, this bit of shading, because obviously you got separation here and separation here on this one, so this one can be shaded black completely at both edges, or you could kind of do it more towards the middle if you wanted, so it wasn't quite as dark at the top, because then I'd probably want to darken this one up a bit to match how dark the top was. But you can do that. But generally with old school stuff, you don't want to put too much black in it. Well, like with roses, you just want to put like a hint of black, probably not as much as I've shaded this, and then fade it out with red. So then I'd also think, well, I'm pretty sure I'm going to want some sort of in these bits, like here, just fading out, and leaving the separation again between the top of this one and the beginning of this one, so I wouldn't come right up too far. You can overlap areas of black if you want. It's just that it kind of obscures some of the design, so you might want to keep that. Maybe a little bit at the edges here, just kind of fade it out a bit, and keep losing where I am on the video. And then with this, obviously you've got the black coming up to here, and so if I shaded out this bit, it would kind of obscure this whole area here into one massive black, and you wouldn't be able to see this line coming through it. But that doesn't actually matter too much, so you can do that. Like I say, it's kind of personal preference, but with this I wouldn't actually put this bit here. I would leave that and I would just colour red, and I'd probably leave a border, so the red would be coming round sort of like this, so this whole area would be coloured in red, and the same on this side. I would just do this whole area here red, so it would be leaving like a solid line with the border. I wouldn't like fade the red out, I'd just do a solid line, but that's just preference. You can fade it out if you want, or you can just do like this whole area here completely red, and then red petals coming up with a border, or the whole petal red. This is what I'm saying, like you can pretty much just do whatever you want with it, especially with roses anyway, because there's loads of different ways of doing it. I mean, you can even invert the shading, so you can kind of shade from the outside of the petal in, I'll just speed this bit of video up so you can see what I mean. Okay, so see what I mean? You can kind of have inverted shading, so where you would usually expect the shadow to be, so where there's an overlapping piece, you would actually have it lighter, and this is more of a neo-traditional sort of thing, but it still can look cool with old school, because old school, you can just do what you want. That's the great thing about it, you can just have fun with it. So with this, then I would think, okay, I've got no shading coming up from this bit, so I can shade from the bottom up. But then also I could shade from the top down because you've got this separation here. So with this bit you can do what you want, and I just think probably it would look good coming in from this edge and kind of fading out like this, and then fade out from these inner bits, so then it's all kind of coming out from the center in the middle, and then the outside on the edges, if you see what I mean. So this is like what I'm saying, you can just do whatever you want with it, there's no rules, like just kind of have fun with it and see what works. I mean, if you're not sure, just get, you sketch it up first and just do some pencil shading and see where you think the shading should go before you actually start painting up your flash. I mean, eventually like you'll just be able to paint it straight up without even having to do any sort of preliminary sort of sketches or anything like that, and it'll be easy. I mean, I don't ever try things out. I just imagine how it's going to look before I paint it, and then I'm just like, right, well, if I painted some black there, how would I imagine that would look? And I'd just be like, yeah, that would look cool, and then I just do it. So I don't really think about it too much because I've been tattooing for 6 years, I've been drawing all my life, so I'm used to imagining what things would look like before I do it, and usually I get it like fairly right, luckily. But yeah, so I think that's all for today, but if you have any other suggestions of other things you want to see, then feel free to let me know. And as always, I'm always open to taking suggestions. I mean, this was a suggestion video, so I do listen to you guys, and I always reply to all my comments, so if you have anything to say, just let me know. And don't forget to drop me a like if this helped you out, because that really helps me out back, and I really appreciate it. And share this video with anyone you think might like it. Don't forget to subscribe as well if you're not already, and if you already are, you're awesome, because I just hit 2,000 subscribers, which I'm really quite stoked about, and I'm gonna be doing a little 2,000 subscriber video soon with some news of some exciting things. I won't give too much away, but I'm going to be releasing something that I hope you guys will find quite interesting and quite useful. It's actually kind of like 3 things in one. So yeah, stay tuned for that video, and yeah, thanks for watching guys, and I'll catch you all soon.